Alright folks, here we are with scenario 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is Batroc the Leaper. So in this case we're just going to do his A side, so that's 1 scheme, 2 attack, with consistently 8 points, but he keeps, well, bouncing back. So with that, let's have a look at the contents. So infiltrate AIM Island Embassy. The main scheme is Batroc A, with the Batroc and standard encounter sets and the 2 modulars that are recommended. So we have AIM Science and Batroc's Big Brigade. So the setup is put each rescued captive ally aside. That should be done from setup here. Yep, there are our 4 rescued allies. Or rescued captives, excuse me. Put the alert level environment into play, low side facing up. Here we go, that's already done for us. In expert mode, place 2 threat on alert level. So we're only going to be playing in standard, so we leave it at 0. So in this, it starts with 12, so that's 6 per person. You sneak into the AIM Island Embassy in search of the abducted S.H.I.E.L.D. specialist, Sarah Garza. There you come face to face with the mercenary known as Batroc the Leaper. Forced interrupt. When the last threat is removed from this scheme, advance to stage 2A. The players win by advancing. Excuse me. And then, of course, if the stage is completed, the players lose the game. And then with Batroc, as we said, 1 and 2, scheme and attack respectively. He's a part of Batroc's Brigade, and he's a mercenary. As forced response after Batroc attacks, place 1 threat on alert level. Forced interrupt. When Batroc would be defeated, reset his hit points to 8 and then remove 6 threat from the main scheme. If there is at least 4 threat here, remove all threat from here and flip this side, so that's 4 per person, a total of 8. Forced response. After a character is defeated, except by consequential damage, place 1 threat here. And then a hero action, spend 1 resource of any type to remove 1 threat from here. Okay, now with that done, how are we looking? I like the look of a lot of these, so I'm thinking maybe, right, she costs 2. I might in fact get rid of the power of justice and get rid of these 3, hopefully looking to pull a double. So let's get rid of heroic strike, float like a butterfly, and the power. Yeah. We look at doing some thwart mitigation first. So that's not much better, but it's something. Now, what does Fury have? Fury, we have Maria, which is great. Exhaust Leo to search for a tech. Don't care about those. I like Agent Coulson, but I might get rid of the other 4. So let's mulligan all of these. Do we have a better situation? We don't, but we're somewhere anyway. With that done, let's go back to Captain America and let's do his setup action, searching for the S.H.I.E.L.D. So look at all cards. Here is the S.H.I.E.L.D. That comes into my hand, and then we close and shuffle that. Now, what can I actually afford to do? I think if I get this out with these 2, I could pay for that with the card. That does leave us short on Agent 13 though. Whereas if I use those 2 now to get this in, yeah, I think that's what we do. So I'm going to go Queen Carrier, Shield Toss to get Super Soldier Serum into play. I'm going to use Super Soldier Serum and float like a butterfly to bring out Agent 13. She is reduced by 1 thanks to the Living Legend. And once she comes into play, remove 2 threat from a scheme. 2 is removed from the main scheme. She's then going to thwart an additional 2 from that. Then I'm going to flip over to my Captain America side. I'm going to use Fearless Determination to get +1 thwart and draw a card. That's done. I'll use the card to bring my shield into play. And then I will thwart for 3 from the main. 1, 2, 3. And that is the end of my turn. Let's roll over to Nick, see what he can do. So we obviously want a covert surveillance to come into play. And I would like Maria Hill as well. So maybe that's what we do. So Nick is going to infiltrate, action change to stealth form suit. Let's do that. I'm going to flip over to my actual side, my hero side, and I'll thwart 2 from the main. I'll just take control of this for this section. 2 is gone from this. Now, after Nick Fury makes a basic thwart, place 1 threat on your suit. Suit form upgrade. So let's do that. 1 threat is put on there. Put that over there. Now, I think we'll go intelligence to play covert surveillance. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. 1, 2. If you're in stealth suit form, which I am, you may place that threat on your suit form, which I will do. So we'll put 2 of those on here, which is all right with me. Now, like Maria can come out and put the last one on. That'll get us into the next stage. But Coulson does give us a preparation, and I think I will use Coulson in this stage. So I'm going to get rid of the practice, the global, and the Maria Hill to play Coulson. And after Agent Coulson enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card and add it to your hand. So I know exactly the one that I'm looking for. It is the analysis. That is a preparation and a skill that goes into my hand. We close and shuffle, and I'm going to play that. And that goes in here. What that does, when you reveal a treachery, discard an intelligence analysis and remove 1 threat from your suit form to cancel the effects of that treachery and discard it. It just comes in clutch with Nick, so it's so good. But now, last thing we'll do, I suppose, we'll use Coulson to drop the last one here. When the last threat is removed from this scheme, advance to 2A. So let's go to, I'll do that from Captain America's side as he has kind of control of this. The next scheme is sorted, and in this, locate missing person, 2A. Now that you've penetrated the embassy, you need to locate Garza. You discover several holding cells in the embassy's basement. Hopefully, one of them holds the kidnapped tech. So we flip over here. What are we dealing with? This comes in with 6, is it? Yep. And it's got a forced interrupt. When the last threat is removed from this scheme, put 1 set aside rescued captive ally into play, exhausted under any player's control. The players may advance to stage 3A. If they do not advance, place 3 threat here per person. So 6 will be going on that. The players win by advancing, but will need at least 1 rescued captive to survive. Okay, so we are ready to roll. No more play being done, and we will just go to the next phase. So, beginning here, 2 goes on the main scheme, and then Batroc is going to attack Captain America. So how do I feel about this? I think I'm fairly good with letting this one go through. So now there is a forced response after, what is it? After Batroc attacks, place 1 threat on alert level. So he's going to attack for 2. Captain America is going to let it go through. It's 2, 4. That's 4 damage to Captain America. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 alarm goes on here. It is threat, isn't it? So we might as well just use exactly what it says. So put the threat on there. And that's done. Now, since we're in stealth form, when an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. So Batroc is going to scheme in this case. This is going to be 1 plus 2. And then, of course, we can actually siphon one of those off when an enemy place one threat on that activation here instead of on the main scheme. So he's going to put 2 on there, and then, of course, we can steal one of those here for that last part of the forced interrupt. That's okay. And then the bad cards. Captain America gets the first bad card. Nick is getting the second bad card. Captain America, what are you dealing with? You've got a security camera. When revealed, hero form. For each character you control, choose to either exhaust that character or place 1 threat on alert level. 2 instead of alert level is on high. Well, I think I will. I think I'll place 2 on it. Oh. I control 2 characters, so I'll put 2 on this. Alright, so that's alright. We were spotted, it seems, but we might be able to deal with that. And then the next one is Mad Science. Side scheme. Derogatorily referred to as beekeepers, members of advanced idea mechanics are brilliant but ruthless, seeking world domination through technological power. It's got a hinder 2, so it comes in with 6, and then each aim minion gains 1 acceleration icon. Okay. So with that, I think we're going over to turn number 2, and we're starting at the hero phase with Nick Fury. So Nick, what can you do for us? We do have some covert surveillance. That's fantastic and kind of just what I need. And we also have the watch. That's an interesting pair up. So I think what I will do, I will thwart for 2 off of this. And when I thwart off of this, place 1 threat on your suit form. So I'll place 1 threat here. And then Coulson will do exactly the same. And I think I will use intelligence to bring out the watch. And, I could bring Nick Fury Sr. out. That will draw 2 cards. And yeah, I think that might be the play here. So I'm going to use Fury's Watch, exhaust Fury's Watch, remove up to 2 threat from your suit. I'll remove 2 from my suit to generate 2 mental resources, and then I'll use these additional 2 to get Nick into play, and then we'll draw 2 cards from that. Oh, fabulous. That's not bad at all. So Nick Fury Sr. is going to scheme for 2 off of this guy, getting rid of that. I'll use the safe house to pay for covert surveillance, remove 2 threat from a scheme, and it goes onto my suit. So let's draw. I'm trying to, let me just put this over here, maybe. 1 is put out and 2 is put over. Right. That's not awful, so that's okay. Now, that's that part done. How are we going to do this with Captain America? So, I mean, I could punch him. That will, you know, like that's going to do some damage, really, isn't it? Right, but we do hit him once we attack. That is going to put 4 on here, but we could start discarding things. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack for 2. 1, 2. Puts another 1 on here. And I think I'll attack again. I'll use this and these 2 to play Heroic Strike. Deals 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is... So, wait, I was wrong there. It's after a character is defeated, not after a character is attacked. So, for the attack, that wouldn't have been 1. This would be 1, though, and we did use the thing, so that's going to stun him. He does get defeated, so then that puts 1 on here. I think that's correct, right? After... Yeah, when he's defeated, put him back to 8. And then remove 6 from the main scheme. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Now, Agent 13 will remove the last one from this. And then let's read through this again. Put one set aside rescued captive ally into play exhausted under any player's control. So I think Nick will take control of one of the captives. It comes in exhausted. The player may advance to stage 3A. We are not going to. We're going to sit on it. So another 6 goes on here. Done. Then Captain America will dump these 2 cards. 1, 2. To get rid of 2 from here. That's that heroic action. Spend 1 resource of any type to remove 1 threat from here. So that's done. Alright. Let's move on. So let's go to turn 2 villain phase. Part 1. 2 goes on to the main scheme. He's going to activate against Nick, but he does not, so the stun is gone. Instead, he's going to activate against Captain America. Now, Captain America could take the hit, but I think we let Nick Fury take it instead. Now, that will put a 1 on here. In fact, 2 will be going on from his attack as well. So, is it worth my while to... Yeah, it is worth my while. I'll let it go through. So 2, 3. That's going to put 3 onto Nick Fury. 1, 2, 3. That does defeat him. And with him being defeated, that's actually going to put 2 icons on here. So 1 for Batroc's attack activation, and the second one for Nick being defeated. So that's all right. Now let's go back here. Nick's going to get a bad card, and Cap is going to get a bad card. First bad card is a leaping kick, treachery. When revealed, Batroc attacks the ally with the most remaining hit points. I think we will. I think we'll use this. Excuse me. Oh. Right, so I think we'll use intelligence analysis to avoid this treachery. When you reveal a treachery, discard intelligence analysis and then get rid of one of these to cancel the effects of that treachery. And discard it. Now I wonder actually, that's a forced interrupt when an enemy would attack you. So should he have activated first here? So I may have screwed that up, but I'm going to go forward with it anyway. So that cancels it. This is gone. And this is gone as well. Alright, so yeah, I may have screwed up that thing. So bear in mind that. I am going to move forward with the mistake anyway, because I'm... don't want to try and correct it, being totally honest. And then, of course, we'll get the second card here, which is going to be, he is going to scheme. So the scheme in this instance will be 1 plus another 1. So that'll do 2. 1, 2. Lovely. And done. And with that said, let's go to turn number 3. Now, how do I feel about this? Well, I think we're going to be getting Dazzler out shortly. So I may use this to get my apartment into play. Then I'm going to thwart for 2. And then Agent 13 will thwart for an additional 2. Then I'm going to flip down. She's knocked out. And we'll use the apartment to take 1 back and draw a card. I think with her costing 3... we may go 1, 2, 3 for Dazzler to come into play. And after she enters play, she's going to confuse an enemy. So that will do a confuse on Batroc. And then she will thwart for an additional 2 here. I think that's Captain America's turn. Let's jump over to Nick, see what he can do. So we have, do we have a few options here? Not a massive amount, but maybe we can exhaust rescued captive to remove one threat per person from the main scheme. So that will remove one. Here we go. 1, 2. That's quite lovely. Then Nick could take a further 2 off of this. And that will put 1 onto his thing here. And then Colson will, well, let me come back here first and do this. We get another rescued captive. So let's grab one of those. And well, Captain America can grab it there, I suppose. He seems to have control of that. One more of those. They're going to play Nick, staying there. And where are we? Here we go, back to Nick. This gets another 6 on it. Right, we'll try and rescue a few more of these and then we'll move on, I'd say. He will take 2 from this. And that does defeat him. Now I might use this, dropping on one of those to get the prism dust into play. Then I actually might get rid of all 4 of these with this action. Spend 1 resource of any type to remove 1 threat from here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to remove 1, 2. Oh, shoot, I did not mean to do that. What happened there? Where did that come from? Whoops. I wasn't supposed to see that, clicked the wrong thing, but that would have gotten rid of all 4 of those, so I'm okay with that. Now, anything else I can do? Not that I can see. I think we'll leave it at that. Let's go to the next phase. So, part 1. 2 goes on the main scheme. Then, he would activate for Steve Rogers, which would be a scheming action, but he's confused, so he does not. Instead, he's going to scheme over here for that, which will be 1 plus 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 on that. Done. Then the bad cards. First bad card, that's going to Steve. Second bad card is going to go to Nick. Let's go over to Steve's side of the table and see what we can deal with here. It is a discovered when revealed. So this goes over to Nick. Take control. Oh, let's deal with it over here. To control on the wrong side. Change to assault suit form. Let's do that. If there is no threat on your suit form, upgrade. This card gains surge. Otherwise, choose to either take 1 damage for each threat on your suit form upgrade, or remove each threat from your suit form upgrade. In either case, discard this card. I will take 4 damage. Right, that's that part done. And then the next card is an embassy patrol with patrol and vulnerable. Discard this character if it is stunned or confused. If alert level is on high, it gains insight 1, so it's not. And then when defeated, place 1 threat on alert level. Thankfully, we have this. After a minion enters play, discard prism dust to confuse that minion and deal 2 damage. So you get a confuse and you get 2 damage. This is out of play. And then he's vulnerable, so he gets discarded if he's confused. And then, of course, discarded is not the same as defeated, so none of these go off. And with that done, let's end the turn. And let's put Nick in charge of things. Now, what do I do here? Right, I'm thinking of attacking with a concentrated fire. We could do 7. That's going to do 7 damage to Batroc. Then I could hit him, I think. Maybe that's the play. But the first thing I think I'll do is a rescued captive. Exhaust rescued captive to remove 2 from the main scheme. And this one will do the exact same. Then I think I'll put out the practiced plan. I think I might go super spies and under surveillance to do concentrated fire. With that, I'm going to use 3 of these. Why isn't that going to cross? Okay. Right. So yeah, I want to use 3 of these. So let's go 1, 2, and then that one that went over there as well. 3. So that'll be doing 7 damage. Right. Maybe before I do that. Before I do that, I'll attack for 2. And then I'll use this to do 7. Maybe we'll do 6 damage instead. Keep one of them. So we'll do 6 damage to Batroc. He is defeated. 1 goes on to this. And then he goes back up to 8. And then we can remove 6 from the main scheme. Done. When I have defeated somebody, I can place a threat from your suit form upgrade equal to that enemy's printed scheme, or I can change to stealth suit form. I will change to stealth suit form, I think. Right? As he was defeated. So this is done, which means we get the next one out. I think, will I take that? I think Nick will be in charge of the captives. Right? So that's that part done. And let's go back here. Another 6 goes on this. And right, that's the end of Nick's turn. I think I might actually even flip down. Might be worth flipping down. Yeah, trying to heal up, because he could hit me for a lot. Right, let's go over to Captain America. What can Cap do? First thing he'll do is exhaust this to get 1 and draw a card. Now, Husk is a good play. Cypher is a good play. Maybe mission training. They're both... Yeah, I think maybe... We'll get Husk out. She costs 3. I'll use this and this to pay for those 3. Then I'm going to use Cypher to get a mission training out, and that goes on to Dazzler. And I'll use Build Support to get the other mission training out onto Husk. So they're valid targets for that because they are X-Men. And let's deal with this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's done here. And then Dazzler will do the same. 1, 2, 3. That should bring out the last of the rescued captives, which Nick is going to take control of. And we're now on to going to the next scheme, 3A. Next scheme, yes. You didn't find Garza, but you did discover several other civilian prisoners. You must get them out safely. When revealed, if the alert level is on high, deal each player 1 face down encounter card. Otherwise, remove all threat from alert level and flip it to its high side. In either case, in expert mode, place 2 threat on alert mode. So this is flipping to high. Why is it doing this to me? Whoops, I shouldn't be doing that. Take control. So this flips up. Flip card. There we go. Right. So this is on high. He's getting +1/+1. Then if there's at least... That should not be there, I don't think. Should it? If there... Deal each player 1 face. Otherwise, remove all threat from the alert. Yeah, and flip it to high. So that should be over there. Excellent. All character... After character is defeated, except by consequential damage, place 1 threat here. Same type of thing. So we've alerted. Let's turn this over. In expert mode, each minion gains quick strike, so we don't have to worry about that. Force interrupt. When an enemy attacks, it attacks a rescued captive instead. If there's no threat here, the players win the game. We have to get this down from 24. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to use game time. Choose an ally. Oh, sorry, I'll flip over first. And then use game time. Choose an ally. It'll be Dazzler. She heals 1 and readies. And then she's going to thwart 3 off of that. Captain America will do exactly the same, taking 2 off of that. I think now we're ready to go to the next phase. So, part 1. 2 goes on the main scheme. He's going to scheme against Nick. So he's scheming for 2. 1 plus this for 2. And then another 2. 4 goes out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a hero response. That doesn't do anything for us now. Then he's going to attack. He's going to attack Captain America. So, after character, where was that now? So when a character attacks, he's going to attack one of these guys, but Captain America is going to defend for it. So he's hitting for 1, 2, 3. With nothing else there. 3 against my 3. No damage. And we retaliate from 1. Done. So that's that part done. And after he attacks, 1 goes on here. Now, bad cards. Nick gets the first bad card. And Captain America gets the second bad card. First bad card is security cameras. When revealed in alter ego, remove 1 threat from alert level, and this card gains surge. Or from alert level, and it gains surge. What's our surge into? Machete, surge, and vulnerable. Machete's attacks gain piercing, and when defeated, shuffle machete into the encounter deck. Right. Alright. And then Cap, what have you got? You are dealing with the AIM soldier, patrol, and when revealed, find the scientist and put it into play, engage with you. If AIM scientist does not enter play this way, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So let's look for that scientist. One of my absolute bugbears. I hate this guy so much. So here he is. He just seems to recur constantly. But he's now in play, so we're fine. And with that, we'll end the turn. We go into turn 4, and we start with Captain America. So what am I inclined to do here? Now the patrol is painful. So can I do anything here? I mean, Chamber comes out with these 2. But I could also use those 2 to get Sonic Rifle in and then do an attack. Nothing is stopping me from going there. Like, is it worth... Like, I mean, I hit this guy. That's not an attack. That gets rid of him. And this guy costs 3. So maybe, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Power of Justice. Where is it there now? Power of Justice and Chamber to bring out the Sonic Rifle. With the Sonic Rifle, I'm going to exhaust it, remove a counter from here to confuse this guy. That's technically not an attack. So he is confused and vulnerable. He gets discarded if he's stunned or confused. Right, so he's out of play. Now, the patrol is stopping me from doing any thwarting. But I could stun him. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this and the energy to play for a heroic strike, which will deal 6 damage to an enemy. That'll be to Batroc. And we will do a stun because we did use a physical. So that's at least 1 thing down. Now I could use both of these guys to get that soldier out of play. But that's painful there. Well, do you know what? Let's just do it. That's all we have. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. That defeats this soldier. But because he's defeated, that is going to put a threat on there. Now, Nick, have you got anything that you can do? Right. Ooh. Like, a lot of these are good, but how do I feel about them really? Like, I think I do have to recover anyway for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And flip over to my hero side. I think I'll put the car into play. It'll get me ready up. But I'm on the hero side anyway. So what I can do is exhaust rescued captive, remove 2 from the main scheme. 1, 2. same again. 1, 2, same again. 1, 2, same again. 1, 2. No, he didn't have... Yeah, he's only got the other few bits and pieces. I could take aim with the spray fire. That will do 3 here, 3 here. That's going to put this up by 2, but it will remove another 6, which may be the play. But it is going to switch me over into my assault form, which I don't know if I love that. Maybe we just go with our gear here. So I'm going to use informant and prism dust to put the car out. I'll exhaust the car, remove one of these to ready up, and then I'll thwart 2 off of this, and then that can put 1 onto that. Now the eye patch camera might be the play because we don't want that to go up too hard. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll use these 2, get the eye patch camera into play, and when any amount of threat will be placed on the main scheme, discard eye patch camera to place up to 3 of that threat on your suit form upgrade instead. So I think I'm alright with that for now. So with that done, let's go to the next phase. Has anyone decked out yet? No one has decked out yet. So we'll orchestrate from Captain America's side of the table. 2 goes on the main scheme. Then he would attack Captain America, but he's stunned, so he does not. That gets done. He's instead going to scheme here because of the suit. And 1, 2. 2 does not go on, so I could effectively get rid of this. I was only going to do 1 because, I mean, 1 is going to go on anyway. So yeah, maybe we go 1 here and then put 1 on here. Per Nick Fury's suit upgrade. That's fine. And then this guy is going to scheme. He's going to scheme for 1. And I think that'll go off again. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. Place 1 threat from that activation here instead. So yeah, he schemes for 1. So that goes on here instead. Which I rather like. Okay. Now, with that done, let's get the bad cards. Again, orchestrating from Captain America's side. Here's 1. Here's the second one. Part 1. It's an embassy patrol with 2 and 1. It's patrol vulnerable. If alert level is on high, it gains insight 1. So 1 goes on the main scheme. Right, and when defeated, place 1 threat on the alert level. Okay, so that's all right. Then over here, what are we dealing with? It's an embassy guard. Guard vulnerable. If alert level is on high, this card gains surge. So we are getting a surge. What's the surge going to be? It is a heightened reflexes. Attached to Batroc, use 4 leap counters. When Batroc would take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that damage, and remove 1 leap counter from here. Okay, that's good to know. So with that done, I think we can safely end the turn. And we're into turn number 6. Now, we have some bad guys to deal with. So let's look at Nick's side of the table and see what we can do. Quick comes in, deal 2 damage to that minion. That's okay, but not great. We've nothing blocking us from doing our usual 8 here. So maybe that's what we'll do first. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So just going with that, that's the hero action, exhaust rescue captive to remove 1. So we've done that across the board. We're down to 11. Now I can take 2 off, ready up and take another 2. That gets me down to, like, that's 7. I mean, we're down fairly tight then, aren't we? But that patrol sucks. Well, we can get rid of that easily with the sonic rifle. So, yeah, maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 2 from here. And that puts an additional 1 on here for me. I'll exhaust the car, get rid of one of these, and that readies me up. And I'll take another 2 off of it. Right. And that's okay. A couple of bad guys, but yeah. I mean, we could get... Practice plan is already out. Maybe the EMP shield. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, discard EM shield. Prevent all of that damage. Yeah, I mean, like, what is our play? The watch. I could use the watch to go 1, 2. That gets Quake out. And then I use intelligence and practice to get the shield out. Quake could thwart for 1, maybe? Yeah, maybe that's it. Quake thwarts for 1 to get that down. Then we jump over to Captain America, and I think we might have it. So the first thing I'll do is use a Fearless Determination. Captain America gets +1 thwart and draws a card. Right. I'm going to exhaust this and drop it by 1. To confuse an enemy, I'll confuse the Embassy Patrol. That discards him, not defeats him. That means we're free to get through this. So Captain America thwarts for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I can ready him up with a concussive blow, discarding a card for the ready all day. I can do this all day, I should say. And then we do another 3. I think that's it. I think we're through that. I mean, what else could we do in this case? We could pull another sonic rifle. I mean, that one's gone. Sonic rifle comes out and we can get rid of one of these guys. Yeah, that's it. I'll say we call that game. So, yeah, that's alright. Batroc is not awful when you're playing with 2 justice decks. That probably does make it a bit trivial, I suppose. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed it too. If you caught any mistakes, obviously I kind of powered through that fairly quickly. Just throw them in the comments. Happy to review. But with that, I'll say take it easy and talk to you in the next one. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye for now.